My name is Steve Van Dorn, and it's my honor and privilege to be the President and CEO of the Pleasant Hill Chamber of Commerce, and we want to welcome you to our State of the City Mayor's Lunch. Thank you. Now, unfortunately, our past chair, Tom Garino, is not feeling well, so he wasn't able to make it today, and I know our program's going to be a lot shorter now that he's not here, so that's, I mean, I'm kidding, seriously, but unfortunately, he's not able to be here. So what I'm going to do is move right to our chair of our current board, and that is Joe Stokely. So please give it up for Joe Stokely.
Thank you, Mr. President. You're welcome.
All right, get this here for you. There we go.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, and this is really terrific to see so many people here. I think we made a good choice. It was Steve's choice idea, I think, to move it from 7 o'clock in the morning breakfast to a lunch situation. So I'm happy with it. So big round of applause for Steve. Yay! And yeah, I hope Tom feels better. Tom doesn't miss a party. I'm surprised he's not here. So he must really be feeling under the weather. With Tom not being here, Steve said that I could use the full 25 minutes to express my views and my ideas about, anyway, so no, I'll keep it short. That's a joke, ladies and gentlemen. First, to start off is I would like to have Heather Schiffman approach the podium, please. Heather, where are you? Yay! Heather, as the chairman of the board of the Pleasant Hill Chamber of Commerce, we wanted to present you with the beautiful plaque because we really appreciate your service as our secretary, which is a very vital role. If anybody's ever been a secretary of a board of directors or the PTA or whatever, it's a difficult job and it has a lot of responsibility, and Heather did it with excellence. Heather served on the board for 3 years between 2015 and 2017, and we're going to miss her. So we want to present this beautiful plaque to her for her help and participation. So on behalf of the Board of Directors and the Chamber of Commerce, thank you very much. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Heather. So honestly, I just had a couple words I wanted to say as far as what our goals for the Chamber of Commerce will be for 2018. I never can say it enough as far as I'm really proud to be a part of the Board of Directors. It's been a great experience for me to get to meet some just wonderful people, some just terrific people, made great friendships, getting to know how the whole community really operates. It's better than your 8th grade civics class. You really get to see how everything operates and how people work together. And Pleasant Hill is a terrific city. When I first got involved with the Chamber of Commerce, it was a sinking ship. And with the Board of Directors and the leadership of Matt Wren, we spun that around. And I'm happy to say that the Chamber, I think, is the strongest and best it's ever been. So I'm really, really happy to be a part of that. And I'd like to thank Steve Van Dorn and Tina and Juanita on our staff at the Chamber of Commerce for doing the great job they're doing. So thank you very much for everything, guys. So the goals that the Pleasant Hill Chamber of Commerce wish to continue to pursue in 2018 is to, first of all, continue to grow and increase our membership in the Chamber of Commerce, reaching out to businesses in our community and elsewhere in Contra Costa County. Continue to work on and build the brand new Hotel and Visitors Bureau project to make that a success. That's something we worked on for years, so I was very happy that came together with the help of the City of Pleasant Hill and the City Council, so thank you very much for that. And that Pleasant Hill Chamber of Commerce continues to play a regional role as a Chamber of Commerce here in Contra Costa County. So not a lot of very complicated goals, but I think they're big in scale, and I think we're doing that right now, so we wish to continue doing that. Thank you, everybody, for your time, and I'm going to turn it back over to Steve. Enjoy your lunch. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to introduce once again our State Senator Bill Dodd. He would like to say a few words to us today. Welcome, Senator Dodd.
Well, this boot on my foot has nothing to do with what's going on in Sacramento, trust me. I would really like to thank the Chamber of Commerce first and foremost. I have had an opportunity to meet with them and their board in a dialogue last fall, and thought that went well. I think that their wisdom, and not as somebody that drives from Napa or Sacramento here, not having this event at 7 a.m. is a blessing, I think, in many respects. I appreciate that very much. But I also want to acknowledge the fact that this is the mayor's luncheon, and allowing me to horn in briefly, I appreciate very much. But I do want to send one message. I do represent 23 cities in the District 3 Senate area, and there is not a city in my district, and probably few cities in the state of California, that have the continuity, the experience, the collaboration of the city council members that are on the city council right here in Pleasant Hill. And it is just delightful to be able to go into communities like Pleasant Hill where people have it together. Every community event I've had, I felt the same way, whether it's the chamber, any of the nonprofits that meet down at the community center. It's my privilege and pleasure to be able to represent Pleasant Hill. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Senator Dodd. We appreciate your support and look forward to partnering with you once again this year. And I appreciate you keeping your comments very short. That was very nice. You did a good job there. I was glad to see that. So next, I'd like to introduce the chair of the board for the Recreation and Park District here in Pleasant Hill. I've got a little bio on. He wanted me to do some real quick thing, but he's had a pretty extensive experience here in our community. Of course, I'm speaking of Bobby Glover. He was originally elected to the Pleasant Hill Recreation and Park District Board in 2010. He is entering his 8th year as a member of the district board and his 2nd stint as a board chair. Bobby attended Valley View Middle School, went to College Park High School and Diablo Valley College, spending 9 years on the same block of Viking Drive. Yeah, right, that's impressive, huh? While at College Park, Bobby served as a member of the student council, earned 8 varsity letters. I mean, I want to know what those letters were from. Was it marching band or no, kidding. That's where I got my letter. As a member of the football, basketball, and baseball teams, and was inducted into the College Park High School Hall of Fame in 2012. Bobby also graduated from the University of California, Davis, serves as the current executive officer of the Building Industry Association of the Bay Area. And of course, on a personal note, Bobby and his fiancee Nicole are getting married on March 3rd. Man, congratulations. And they are the proud parents of 2 daughters, a 5-year-old Haley and 19-month-old Ronnie. And they also have a 12-year-old French bulldog named Aggie, I'm assuming is how it's said. So Bobby is an avid fan of the A's, Warriors, and 49ers. He covers all the sports, and he learned to sing the College Park alma mater and fight song from his parents at age 7. Impressive. That's great. Give it up for Bobby Glover.
I'd be happy to. I didn't know that singing would be an option here today, but while we're getting this set up, Steve, first and foremost, thank you. You've been an amazing addition to our community, and we're very thrilled to have you and lucky to have you. And so, also thank you to the Chamber, the Board of Directors. Thank you for putting on this event, and thank you to everybody who's here in attendance today. Before I get started, I just wanted to, as a member, obviously, of the College Park High School family, to just reflect briefly on the events of the past couple weeks. I saw Principal Alvarez here, and thank you for being here today. But members of the College Park family are hurting. Many of you here today have been directly impacted by these tragic events. And I know I speak for everyone here when I say that our thoughts and prayers are with all that have been impacted, and your community is here to help you. That being said, I want to thank the mayor, I want to thank the city council, I want to thank city staff for all you do to make this great city awesome. Your tireless work on behalf of the residents is visible, it's noticeable, it's amazing, and it's very much appreciated. on behalf of the Rec and Park District, I want to thank you for being amazing colleagues and partners. I do want to take a brief moment to thank my friend and colleague, Zach Shess. What Zach accomplished these past 2 years can only be described as a stunning 2-year term as board chair. You led us through some challenging issues, and you turned them into extremely rewarding decisions and experiences, and for that I thank you. You're a tough act to follow, and I'm going to very much enjoy taking credit for all the greatness you've set us up for. So, thank you, Zach. All right, so State of Rec and Park. I just thought I was here to be the opening act for Mayor Flaherty, and thank you, Dr. Harris, for that comment, that line, I'll say. But in all seriousness, I've been a long fan of Mayor Flaherty, and I'm honored to be serving with you this year in 2018. So who we are. We're a special district that's responsible for providing park and recreation services to residents within our boundaries. I think probably most of you knew that. Probably what might be a little informational for most of you is that this includes not just the city of Pleasant Hill, but the unincorporated areas of Lafayette, Pleasant Hill, and Walnut Creek. As was mentioned earlier, I have the honor of serving with some amazing people, and I want to recognize again those people. My Vice Chair, Sandra Bonato, Secretary Jennifer Ortega, past Chair Zach Shess, and Andrew Pierce, who was unable to attend today. But it truly is a pleasure to serve with this amazing group. Their love for the district is infectious. Their love for the city is amazing, and I'm looking forward to an excellent 2018. We're also very blessed to have an amazing staff. They take the bad ideas that we have and make them great. They take the good ideas we have and make them spectacular, and then they come up with a plethora of stuff on their own. And so one of the best decisions, best things I've ever been a part of was the hiring of a new general manager. And we were able to hire a magnificent person, somebody that's a pleasure to work with day in and day out. Those of you that have worked with her, you know that already. Those of you that haven't, I can't wait till you have that opportunity, and that's our general manager, Michelle Lacey. Also have our new member, Recreation Superintendent Nicole Watson, the amazingly talented Marketing Director Jennifer Thoitz, Katrina Hunn, our Recreation Supervisor, and one of the best people I know, our Special Events Coordinator, Sheila Catruvo. So thank you, staff, for all that you do. So 2017 was a banner year for the district, and we've all been waiting since Mayor Harris's presentation last year. We were close to announcing it at that point. I know it got mentioned several times, but we're excited. We've waited 12 months to be up here to tell you that, yes, we have officially finalized an agreement with the county to purchase 5 acres for a future park. Now, from the beginning of this endeavor to the end, when we finally signed the deal, it was difficult. It was exciting. It was heartbreaking. It was thrilling. It was frustrating, and ultimately, it was exhilarating. Now, in recent years, we've built a new community center, a new teen center, a new senior center. We built ball fields at Pleasant Oaks Park. But being able to purchase a piece of property and make it a new park for the Pleasant Hill Recreation Park District and the people of Pleasant Hill, well, that's been one of the most amazing things, I believe, that we've ever been able to accomplish. And I want to thank you all, each and every one of you here. You all played a part in this, and I want to thank you for your unwavering commitment and support to see this thing through. And we also did some other stuff. We improved our financial stability. We increased our credit rating 3 levels with Standard & Poor and 2 levels with Fitch. Now, if anybody's from the Contra Costa Times here, I just want to repeat that. We improved our financial stability. We increased our credit rating 3 times with Standard & Poor and 2 with Fitch. Our general fund reserves are at 20% of budgeted expenditures. We refunded our general obligation bond to save taxpayers $2 million. And most importantly, something I think we're all proud on the board is that we have a healthy capital improvement fund, which has increased since 2014 by $1.3 million. And I see former board member Dennis Donahue here. I want to recognize Dennis. Thank you for being here. We also launched the new district website, which makes it easier to connect with the district. It's easier to navigate on mobile platforms. It's more user-friendly, and it's already helping assist our users in a more efficient manner. So now where are we going? Last year was a banner year for the district, but we have lots to accomplish this year, and past board chair Zach Shess has set us up for this. We've got a master plan project which will provide the board with a vision for the future of Rec and Park. We hope to address some outstanding issues through this process and really find out what the community wants to see for the future of Rec and Park. And we're here to announce that the first community meeting in that process, this is breaking news here, February 13th, Tuesday, February 13th at 6 p.m. We hope to see you all out there because we want input from each and every one of you on this. We've also budgeted $500,000 for capital improvement projects this year. This also includes the installation of a new playground and shade structure at Pleasant Oaks Park, 2 items that were removed for cost-saving measures when we were doing the rehabilitation of the park. We also expanded opportunities for youth. We've added monthly Friday night events for teens and new classes for youth, such as Warrior Fitness. And most importantly, we're really excited to work with the city to develop the park and library parcels at Oak Park Boulevard. It's going to be an exciting time for the city, and we're looking forward to being there alongside and helping out as much as we can. The city has no greater fan than those of us at Rec and Park. We want you to know that, and we're here to help in whatever way we can. Lastly, something I've been very excited for, and I've been managing to stumble over it for 7 years and not get the words out of my mouth of what I was hoping to do. And I want to thank staff first and foremost for taking a little blip of an idea and making it into something absolutely amazing. But we're going to do a Get Out and Play challenge. And this challenge is exciting, and I'd like to explain a little bit more, but starting February 1, residents can compete for prizes by completing challenges specific to activities that can be joined at Rec and Park facilities. The purpose of the challenge is to encourage healthy living among our residents and to familiarize all of them with our current parks, facilities, and programs. The challenge will assist the district with engaging with our community and generate ideas for future park and facility improvements, and it ties directly into our master plan development. So in order to play, you'll need to choose a challenge from the list posted on our website. You'll need to snap a photo of you completing the challenge, and you'll need to use the hashtag listed on the slide. Now, prizes will be awarded monthly, and a grand prize for most points will be awarded in December. So I think first and foremost, we're really looking at, is there anybody here, anybody in the audience that is good at taking selfies and using hashtags? So when we thought of this, we knew this was right up Councilmember Wren's alley, and so we're just more convinced as who's going to challenge the Wrens for grand prize here. So, in all seriousness, we look forward to introducing you to some of the lesser-known parks we have throughout the community, that being Shannon Hills and Pinewood. We look forward to seeing you all outdoors and enjoying the great parks and amenities we have here in town. But more importantly, we want to see you outside enjoying family and friends and getting healthy. Now, this last slide is my favorite. These are the people that make this all happen. I think you've all heard the phrase, and I think everybody believes that parks make life better. And I'm proud to be a small part of the team that's helping to keep those parks amazing, to build new parks, to provide tremendous recreation opportunities, and help to maintain the high quality of life we all enjoy here in this great city. I'm honored to be here today. I'm honored to be a part of this amazing group of people that care about Pleasant Hill. And I want to thank all of you for allowing me the opportunity these past 8 years to have what has truly been an unbelievably rewarding and fulfilling experience. I'm beyond excited for 2018, and I thank you all for your support of Park and Rec.
Thank you, Bobby. Wonderful comments. It's exciting. It's going to be a great 2018. We're looking forward to continuing our strong partnership at the Chamber with Rec and Park, and as was mentioned earlier, with the Tourism Improvement District that we have formed. We're going to be even doing more partnerships, trying to promote our events that we do here in our city to fill more hotel rooms and bring more tax revenue to Pleasant Hill. Now, it is my extreme pleasure to introduce the newest mayor of our great city, Pleasant Hill, Mr. Tim Flaherty. And let me give you a little bit of background on Tim. I know you all know him very well because he's been involved with our city in several leadership roles. And this is his second time as mayor, having previously served back in 2014. And Tim was born in the small city of San Francisco, where he still maintains his law practice. And then Tim moved to Walnut Creek in 1984, and then to the beautiful Poets Corner neighborhood of Pleasant Hill in 1997. In 2001, Tim was appointed to the Civic Action Commission and served as its longtime chair until December 2012. Tim served as a planning commissioner the years 2010 to 2012, and also served as the chair of the city's 50th anniversary celebration committee in 2011. Tim received the Mayor's Award in 2010 and was recognized as the Pleasant Hill Citizen of the Year in 2011. Tim was elected to the Pleasant Hill City Council in 2012, at which time he had to give up all the fun commission work, and he also stopped receiving awards. That's what Tim is an experienced trial lawyer who specializes in business and real estate litigation. Tim serves as the vice chair of the Bar Association of the San Francisco Fee Disputes Executive Committee, and also a member of the board of directors for the Harmony Home Associated, a nonprofit providing independent and supported living services to developmentally disabled adults in Contra Costa County. Tim has served on the Council Budget Committee for 4 years, the last 2 as chair. He also sits on the Recreation and Park District Liaison Committee. Please welcome our new mayor, Mr. Tim Flaherty.
Thank you, Steve. You're welcome. Okay. Well, good afternoon. Thank you for inviting me, Steve, and the Chamber. I very much appreciate this opportunity to speak to all of you about the fine state of our city. I'm honored to serve as the mayor for the city of Pleasant Hill for 2018, and I relish the opportunity to speak today. You know, it's been a tumultuous 2017. I think we should all let out a collective, whew. We have polarizing leaders in Washington, D.C., and we've seen unprecedented and boorish behavior. Just think, 4 years ago, we were upset about our tweeting city clerk. 4 years ago, we found her tweeting provocative and belittling. She left for Washington, D.C. Last year, my predecessor joked about the size of the crowd at his mayoral presentation. At least I think he was joking. But here in Pleasant Hill, size does not matter. We may be less populous than our surrounding communities, but our sense of community is stronger. Our economic foundation is sounder, and our residents are just nicer. We are, after all, at the center of everything. So let's take a brief look at who we are. We are a welcoming city. All right, is someone going to tell me how this thing works? By the way, this is going to be like Karnak, because I can't see the screens from where I'm standing, so I'm just going to pretend and hopefully I get it right. So we're a welcoming city. Last year, the City Council reaffirmed that here in Pleasant Hill, we are a tolerant and inclusive city. We welcome all newcomers and are committed to serve and protect all our residents and all those who visit us. I think it's important in today's climate to reaffirm those values and repeat them on a daily basis. We are also an informed and a transparent city. An informed citizenry is crucial to a successful democracy. We strive to inform our residents of the workings of City Hall and are always looking for ways to improve the delivery of that information. Sometime this year, I believe we will be establishing an LED sign at City Hall that will be another manner in which you can find out what's going on. We've improved the city website and are active on social media. 4 years ago, I announced that the city was going to start live streaming at city council meetings, and we are doing that on a regular basis. And based upon my experience at the last city council meeting, people are actually watching it live streaming because I got some commentary on the council meeting shortly after the meeting. We have also established an interactive map in the planning division where I urge all of you to go to the city hall, to the city website and check this out. You can click on a particular project there, and it will take you to the details and the status and where that project is in the approval process. It's an amazing tool that's available that if you want to find out what's going on in your neighborhood or the neighborhood over, this is the place to go. We've already been copied by some of the surrounding and larger cities once we went live because they saw what a fantastic tool it was. The city is also looking for another opportunity to inform our citizens by establishing a Citizens Academy. This is still under discussion, and exactly what that academy is going to look like. I mean, today might be the beta version for all we know. This is an opportunity to let the residents find out exactly how does City Hall work? How do we accumulate our revenue? How do we spend our money? What does city staff do? And it's also a way of not just educating the people, but also building our bench strength for future leaders. We're always looking for additional people to serve on our many city commissions, and we have a great sense of volunteerism in Pleasant Hill. And as the population rolls over, changes in ownership, we're looking to get people involved, and I think the Citizens Academy is certainly going to be a great tool. So look for more information on that later this year. So, assuming we're at that Citizens Academy, we probably would start off looking at the city finances. And so city finances are incredibly complicated unless you get this book. So I will tell you right now, the city has virtually no long-term debt. We have paid off our lease revenue bonds for City Hall. Within this current fiscal year, we will pay off the one obligation we have, which is a refinance of a side fund obligation, and we will have no long-term debt. It's a remarkable position for a city of our size to be in. So let's take a look at some of the pie charts here. This is the fun stuff. So essentially, the city is on fine, solid financial ground. To the extent we spend more than we take in, it's because we decide to do that on purpose. We have a robust, an incredibly robust general fund, and our savings each year are more than we anticipate, such that in the last 2 fiscal years and budget cycles, we were able to devote more towards our infrastructure and roads, that in the last 2 years, we've increased our pavement index 2 points, which is incredibly hard to do. So we're clearly dependent on sales tax revenue. We're very concerned with our economic development, and we spend a lot of time focusing on that. We've partnered with the Chamber of Commerce to do what we can to attract business. There's regional developments going on that have proved to be challenging for the business climate here in Pleasant Hill, but we are going to continue to work very hard to support our sales tax revenue. In terms of our expenditures, we are a service organization, so clearly the largest expense of a service organization is going to be your personnel. And the largest component of our personnel is our police force. That is certainly the primary objective of a city, is to be able to provide certain services and to make you all feel safe. The city's done a fantastic job in that regard as well. We passed Measure K, or you passed Measure K in 2016. In 2017, we started realizing the revenue from that, and the revenue has been accumulating, and we've started spending some of that on the soft costs relating to the construction of or design of the library by hiring the various consultants and design team that have been interacting with the community. We are waiting for our city engineer to finalize his long-term plan for the infrastructure improvements that will also be financed through our Measure K. So I was talking about our general fund and what we have left over each year. It's called our reserve fund. City Council a couple of years ago by resolution adopted a required reserve fund of $8.9 million, and that's that horizontal red line on the bar chart that you're looking at. We have accumulated well above our anticipated reserves in the last few years. That's when we started spending some of that reserve, applying it towards our roads and infrastructure in 2016, 2017. And this doesn't even include the money that's starting to come in with Measure K. This graph will show you, with the Measure K money added, that we are in, as I said, and I'll say it over and over again, really solid financial position right now. There are challenges ahead, and I'll talk about those later. So we have a long-term financial plan. The Budget Committee, which is a subset of the City Council, meets regularly with city staff to go over the budget and to work on a long-term financial plan, which we're looking at a 5-year period right now, anticipating the economy is either going to be stagnant, it's going to grow, or it's going to retreat. And so we create the various models depending on those circumstances and make our projections for future budgetary items based upon those projections. That long-term financial plan will be coming out later this year, and we're also in a 2-year budget cycle. We're ending the 2017-2018 cycle June 30, and so we're also beginning our new budget cycle for 2018-2019. Again, a very complicated proceeding because some of the expenses are not fiscal based, they're annual based, and matching up those funds from year to year can be a little, headache inducing. All right, so let's talk about some of the things that we've accomplished over the past year or almost finished on our infrastructure. 4 years ago, I announced that we were going to be doing some upgrades to Contra Costa Boulevard. And in the past 4 years, and mostly in 2017, we've completed those. We have our Old Quarry Roundabout, and we've already talked about the city's streetwide resurfacing. We've improved the roadway enhancements with sidewalks and median improvement as well as landscaping. The Old Quarry Road, Golf Club Road improvement, not quite complete, but you can certainly see the shape of the roundabout there right now. Roads have been improved, and right now we're on our city wayfinding sign improvement project. 4 years ago, I announced that we were going to be undertaking a gateway sign project and hiring designers and community outreach. Those gateway signs were developed and installed in 2016, 2017, and now we're doing the wayfinding signs. One of the proposals was to have former Citizens of the Year put into wax figure and hold city signs throughout. This was rejected. We have some upcoming infrastructure and commercial development projects as well. If you haven't heard that we're building a new library, we have not been doing a good job at delivering information. But I think virtually everyone knows that we have a library coming our way in the next few years. Right now we're in the design phase. Just last night was the last community outreach meeting with the designers and members of the public. We have more Contra Costa Boulevard improvements. So we've done some, but not the entire boulevard. We're now connecting some of those. I'm told that Hilton Homewood Suites will be coming online sometime, I'll say this quarter, but I'll be wrong. We have the Diablo Valley Plaza renovation and the infamous CarMax. So we've already seen this graph, thanks to Bobby Glover, that we will be building the library. The city is still working out the final details with the county as to the actual site parameters, which will inform the design and eventual construction. This is just a visual of some of the additional improvements that you can anticipate, looking like some of the improvements you've already seen. It's just going to be for that additional stretch that's outlined in red. This is a visual of the Hilton Homewood Suites. Now it's actually, almost looks like this from a distance, but my understanding is they've encountered a lot of difficulties with the contracting trades because of just the tremendous amount of construction going on in the Bay Area that has impacted their ability, plus the very strict, I think, schedule that we imposed upon them to take into account the residential neighbors around so that they work during reasonable hours and not on weekends. So it's slowed it down. It's slower than we thought it would be, but like I said, we think it's going to be done sometime this year, and we look forward to it coming online. CarMax, that's one of the less joyful experiences of being on city council is having to deal with a project like CarMax because it's controversial. It's a necessary project. It's an important project. It's a valuable project, but it's also controversial. And having to navigate that controversy and also keep your eye on what is important for the entire city as opposed to the immediately adjoining neighbor, it can make for difficult council meetings. So there was a lot of discussion about the sign. That's a picture of the actual sign up there, and I don't know if anybody's driven by the site yet. I don't know what everybody was agonizing about over the size of that sign. It is.
I like it, and I live near it. You did a good job.
Thank you. All compliments gladly welcomed.
It's bigger. I barely see it when I drive by.
You know, Karen, you reminded me, today, I'm told, is National Compliment Day. It is. And sometime today, each of you, I'm charging you with the obligation of complimenting somebody. Now, please check with your HR department on what is an appropriate compliment. I believe you could say that's a nice dress or a nice tie, but you can't say that it looks good on you. Otherwise, they'll start calling you Harvey Weinstein. So this is just some artist renderings of what the balance of the DV Plaza remodel will look like. Hopefully we'll see some more activity on that side this year. The Carmack side, there's already been some demolition and some utility undergrounding and things like that. So, but I don't think Carmack's will be open until 2019. So in addition to those, we also have some long-term projects underway. Again, our residential street resurfacing project, which will be dealing with our pavement management plan. We have a 20-year storm drain plan and a citywide bike and pedestrian. The city spent over $3 million on street resurfacing in 2017, and that's why you saw the dip in our reserve fund. And we completed 7,500 square feet of citywide pothole repairs on residential and other streets. Almost 6 miles of new bike lanes were installed during this repaving. And with the new funding from Measure K, we're developing a long-term plan for the balance of the residential streets over the next 20 years. I'm told that my street will probably be at the far end of that 20-year cycle. So being on council means nothing. All right, so we have had new businesses come to town, or some are already here. Coming later this next month, Spavia. Please check it out on the downtown. I'm told Fat Maddie's, this has its opening in February. Anybody's guess. Ulta Beauty, which has been in the news lately for reselling opened makeup containers, is going to be occupying the vacant space between Osh and Ross. Hopefully we won't have those problems. We also have, I believe this is Burgerim. It's coming soon next to the Wingstop in the Crossroads Shopping Center. Burgerim is a fast food casual franchise with a shiny new concept. This must be taken from their website. Bursting with flavor, their gourmet burgers apply a unique approach to kicking all of your cravings in one meal. Orange Theory Fitness, for you physical fitness buffs, is coming to town. And McDonald's, we lost our aging McDonald's as part of the DV Plaza renovation, but a brand new one.
It is a brand
A brand new one, not in DV Plaza, but on Contra Costa Boulevard, right? It wasn't open over the weekend. Is it open today? Is somebody already on the drive-through?
I go to it all the time.
No, it's not open.
Yes, it is.
There was a fence all around it.
No, I'll drive around there right now.
I'm going to ask our planning director. Greg Fu says it's open. I stand corrected. So it's not coming to town, it's here.
I'll get you a Happy Meal, Tim.
Thank you. And as part of the effort to attract new business is to attract new people. With the city support, the Chamber has established a tourism improvement district. Just at the council meeting last Monday night, we received an interim report from the Hub Group, the consultants hired to help the tourism improvement district come up with a brand for marketing Pleasant Hill to the casual traveler, the business traveler, the sports-oriented traveling teams, things like that. The Chamber is going to administer the program. It is estimated that it will collect more than $600,000 per year. The Tourism Improvement District is already up and running and collecting, and based upon where we are so far in the fiscal year, that projection will be met. So there is a sizable amount of marketing dollars that will become available to the Tourism Improvement District. First thing is creating a website, creating a brand, and that's what the Hub Group is working on, and they had some very interesting concepts at our last City Council meeting. Increasing the visits, each hotel visits. Came to council to make comment on what we thought about the hotels and the concepts they were providing. And when it came to me, I said, I really haven't had much experience staying in a hotel here in Pleasant Hill, except for a brief period of marital discord many years ago, which opened up a whole new idea on how to market Pleasant Hills hotels. You need a night away from your spouse, your children. So you're welcome, Tourism Improvement District, for that idea. Near and dear to my heart, besides commercial development, is our housing. We have quite a few number of housing developments either underway, in discussion, or just in proposal form. Let's just take a look at some of them. DeNova Homes is actually under construction. This is off of Taylor and Mercury. People already noticed the grading that's gone on there. They're undergrounding their utilities, I think, right now. But I think you'll start seeing some structures rise up from the ground in the next month or two. Over on Mayhew, we have a single-family residential subdivision that was approved last year. I think some demolition has been going on there. This is the former, was it a Pac Bell or AT&T industrial building that's going to add to our residential development on Mayhew. And as part of that, we're going to get a stoplight at Mayhew and Buzzkirk, which is going to be a great improvement. This is next one, Release Terraces, is not yet submitted for approval. It's just under discussion and conceptual. This is the land that was formerly the Molino's property. And the proposal there is a 17 single-family home development with access only through Pleasant Hill Road and one home accessed from Boyd. So there's that proposal. Downtown, we have a vacant commercial building, the Wells Fargo building, which is sandwiched between the town, the apartments, and Gallery Walk, and backs up against the theater. The current owner of that property has voiced some ideas for residential development there, and the city is very interested in redeveloping that site, preferably in mixed use, but we'll see what happens. Further down the road, Choice in Aging Development project, it's under discussion, and I think going through ownership design issues, very preliminary stages of planning and review, but it will have 80 lower income units, which are sorely needed in this community. And then back to this graphic that keeps showing up. The county, as part of the deal it made with the city and Rec and Park, is retaining a portion of its land to develop for residential property. It's approximately 10-acre site. Absolutely no proposal has been submitted to the city as of this point. So we'll have to wait and see what that development is.
It'll be a good one.
It'll be a good one, I'm told. Over on Alhambra, this project is in the planning division right now being reviewed. It's called Sancerre Village. It is 6 single-family homes, and there's an existing planning district and landscaping scenic route, which it will be subject to. And the essential subdivision was approved back in 2005, but they're just coming alive today. So that's the housing development, and I'm very excited. You know, that with new housing, we'll get new residents, and maybe with affordable housing, we'll have a more diverse community as well. So in addition to capital improvement, infrastructure, commercial development, and residential development, a big part of our city is creating that community spirit. And the community spirit really is established through our community events. Rec and Park District does a tremendous job with the events, some of which we partner with and some of which it's solely responsible for. And the city itself has events with the chamber as well. So some of the community events, I just want to showcase this one, which I've enjoyed tremendously. It's live music here in Pleasant Hill. It's next month. It's a Rec and Park event. It's a fundraiser for the Teen Center. It showcases probably anywhere from 10 to 20 acts of local talent. And it's just amazing. I strongly encourage you all to buy a ticket and go. It sells out. Some of the city-sponsored events coming up soon is the International Jewish Film Festival. I don't know if we have any brochures today for that, but they are at City Hall. It's quite a huge lineup, and it's here at our Century Theaters in Pleasant Hill. Every Wednesday year-round, except between Christmas and New Year's, we have Off the Grid. This time of year, you don't have to wait in line that much to buy your food. But the food's just as good whether there's a long line or no line. Our Community Awards is coming up on March 27. You might become a Citizen of the Year, and maybe you'll get a wax figure in your likeness. Some of the other events that we partner with others is Wine, Women, and Shoes. I actually announced this very first one 4 years ago, that it was upcoming. The first one was in 2014. Now it's become part of the social fabric of the city, if not the county as a whole. It's a tremendous event and a big fundraiser for the Rec and Park District and the charity that they partner with. Our summer concert series has grown from an acoustic guitar and 20 people to hundreds, if not thousands, on particular nights. And that's every other Sunday from Memorial Day to Labor Day, generally. We have our 4th of July celebration, a fantastic small town parade. Nothing better than being in a parade. If anybody wants to be in the 4th of July parade this year as a guest of the mayor, please contact me. I will be happy to host you. Our Blues and Brews Festival, thank you, Rec and Park. Never see much of the blues, but I do see a lot of the brews when I go to that festival. Sorry to mention, you have a handout at your table that has all the dates of all of these events. In addition, there's downtown community concerts, the Tinkers and Thinkers Fair. I think the brochure that's on this is from last year. I think the event this year is actually on the 15th, not the 16th. So brand new partnership with Rec and Park and the library, bringing out an invention. It was a fantastic event. Community Service Day, something near and dear to my colleague Michael Harris, who inspired us to do this. Are we coming up on the 13th annual? Doesn't say. 14th? Art, wine, and music, and of course, light up the night. I've been told that the best thing about being mayor is that I get to be everybody's neighbor. You also get to light the city Christmas tree. So looking forward, there are challenges. We are still working on affordable and available housing. This year we'll be having some labor contracts, employee contracts, and negotiations. The management group and the maintenance workers contract is up this year. We're looking at improving our public noticing and community engagement. We have some hearings coming up on what to do with the old A-frame signs that have historically been placed around town, whether that's something we should continue with or not, or rely more on electronic and more modern delivery of information. We are also dealing with cannabis. So this is pretty interesting. We're already known as a green city. This brings on a whole new meaning, though. And the council is sort of looking at it. It's as of January 1, 2018, it's a whole different landscape out there of what green means. It's legal. And 64 or 5% of Pleasant Hill voted to legalize marijuana. I don't know that they meant let's have a cannabis store in town, whether for recreational or medical purposes, but they seem to believe that at least the decriminalization of it was the right way to go. So this is something, at this point, it's still prohibited in Pleasant Hill. We adopted a moratorium that goes through at least December of this year. You can grow your own, though, 6 plants. That's allowed by state law. Pleasant Hill allows deliveries of medical cannabis into Pleasant Hill, so long as the delivery starts from outside our borders, and I believe that entity also has a business license to do business in Pleasant Hill. I know the Chamber has embraced the idea of cannabis as a legitimate commercial enterprise. It has members of its chamber who are cannabis purveyors, and it's a whole new industry. It's going to be a whole new department in government, the Department of Cannabis Regulation. If you have kids looking for a job, this might be a good opportunity for them to get into government service, a good wage, and a good pension. So,
Good parties too, probably.
and then, here in the business community, and certainly from the city's perspective, since we are sales tax oriented and dependent on also keeping our array of businesses lively and modern and contemporary, are looking at, is this actually something that's going to fit within, the city of Pleasant Hill and the sensibilities of our people. It's a divisive issue when you get out there on the street. You're surprised at some people who support it and surprised at those who don't, but it's something that I think is important, and it's going to be an important discussion as we continue this year. So despite it being not legal to have delivery services in Pleasant Hill, if you are familiar with something called Weed Maps, you'll find out that we have a lot of deliveries in Pleasant Hill and the surrounding community. So it also kind of raises the whole issue of law enforcement. If we were to allow this, how do you regulate it? How do you enforce it? Because we're not really doing it right now. It was amazing at city council meetings, people who are running these operations, which are illegal in Pleasant Hill, freely coming to the podium and talking about their business and where it's located by address. And I'm thinking, well, this is really gutsy. It shows a lot of gumption. So this is not only a cultural and a societal shift, but it represents tremendous commercial opportunity for the city. Our chamber has, as I mentioned, has cannabis members, and despite our laws, there are many operating here in our town now. I think what's clear is that we do not want this to become our new city logo. Was that okay, June? So, given the title of mayor, as you know, it's a rotating title. Everybody on the city council usually gets the opportunity to do so. Nothing's guaranteed in life, but there are anything that council or the mayor does that you think is good, it's because of the city staff that supports us. And we have a number of the city staff here today, and I'm not going to do the one clap, no clap. I'm just going to call out their names, ask them to stand, and when I'm done, you can give them a roaring, resounding applause. So, and let's start with our city manager, June Catalano, our assistant city manager, Andrew Murray, our economic development manager, Kelly Calhoun, our city attorney, Janet Colson. I said stand and remain standing. Our city planner, Greg Foos, our senior management analyst, Danielle Haber, our interim chief of police, we'll probably cross out that interim sometime soon, right? Brian Hill, city engineer, Mario Moreno, and our human resources manager, Erica Mitchell. Thank you. Well, I just want you to know that I skipped over the guy that allows you to even hear what I'm saying today. Ling King, our Chief Technology Officer. So Ling and I have a special camaraderie because he's actually ruptured both of his Achilles. I've only ruptured one twice. So, and that's actually what Senator Dodd's ailment was today. He pulled his Achilles. So, you know, it's happening. It's happening. I do want to call it, there are a couple who didn't make it today because of either illness or family commitments, or actually they're working while the rest of us are not. And first is Mary McCarthy. She's working. She's our finance manager. She's instrumental in why we are in such good financial shape. She is a whiz at how she manages our money, along with our city treasurer, Mark Cilio. The administrative analyst, Juanita Davalos, is not feeling well today. Juanita is incredibly valuable to all of the council members, keeping us informed, keeping us on track, keeping things on our calendar so we show up. And then finally, our public information officer, Martin Ellis. He's in Ireland right now, having some final moments with his dad, who's very seriously ill in the ICU, and he flew home yesterday. And Martin told me today he was sitting by his dad's side and having some final moments with him. So our thoughts are with Martin and his family. In addition to our staff, our Simpatico Commission, the Planning Commission, is also here, some representatives of it. And we have Diana Vavrick, who's the chair of the Planning Commission, Steve Schramm, vice chair, Robert Abbott, and Alan Vinson. Bill Banker didn't make it. If you could all just acknowledge where you all are. And thank you for providing lively council meetings. And then just on a final note, let's talk about our pension unfunded liability. This is always a fun thing to end a talk on. So right now, you know, we're totally dependent on the state and its inability to manage its affairs and provide reliable numbers to us, because it's ever shifting. It's changed every year. Of now going into my 5th year of being on the budget committee, what our anticipated unfunded liability is, as we're trying to manage that money, that liability and our money long term. So right now, it's estimated that our unfunded liability is $38.5 million, but that's as of June 30, 2016, nearly a year and a half ago, more than a year and a half ago. And right now, the city is contributing about $3.3 million each year towards that unfunded liability. It's projected over this next 5 years that annual payment is going to go up to $5.9 million. But as I said, we have no long-term debt. We have a robust commercial development underway as well as existing, and we think we're going to be just fine. So just thought I'd leave you with that happy note. So if anybody has any questions, I'll be sure to direct you to the right city staffer to answer it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. What a wonderful presentation. It looks like 2018 is going to be not only exciting, but a lot of fun with your leadership. So thank you for that great presentation. Let's give it up for our mayor one more time. So this concludes our formal program. I just would like to make a few more thank yous. This is the time to do it. One of these events takes a lot of work from staff, and I want to especially acknowledge Tina Traum in the back, who I think you all know, and Juanita Lopez on my staff, who's, I think, sitting around the corner. Oh, there she is, back there. And Juanita is expecting a child very soon, so we're excited for her. So Juanita, we're going to miss you when you're on maternity leave, but thank you for everything you do. And I'd also want to thank the city staff. I know Martin is not here. He's just phenomenal to work with. This is a partnership that we put this together every year, and I hope it continues for many years. And again, thank you to our sponsors that were here today, and all of you for coming. We live in a wonderful community, work in a wonderful community, and it's people like you that make it all happen. So thank you, and here's to a wonderful 2018.